Yo, what's up guys, Scary Quinoa here, and we're back with the creepy analysis. Today I have a truly terrifying film for you all. Bong Joon Ho's Parasite. Released in 2019, this Korean film kind of fell under the radar due to it being a foreign film. And on top of that, it's pretty disturbing. But don't worry, your boy has you covered. Cause today I'm gonna analyze the story of one of Korea's most horrifying films. So stick around for the creepy analysis. The beginning of Parasite starts out in Korea. The Kim family live in a semi-basement flat in Seoul, have low-income jobs, and struggle for money. Reminds me of my old college days, am I right, fellas? Min Hyuk, a university student, gives the family a scholar's rock meant to promise wealth. Apologies in advance if I butcher any names. I don't speak Korean, and there's no other way for me to check my pronunciations, so it's gonna be inevitable. Since he's leaving to study abroad, he suggests that the Kim's son, Ki-woo, poses as a university student to take over his job as an English tutor for Da-hai, the daughter of the rich Park family. His sister, Ki-jung, helps create a false certificate for him in Photoshop. Ki-woo, posing as a Yonsei University student, is subsequently hired by the Park family. The Kim family schemes to get each member a job with the Park family. The daughter poses as Jessica and uses Ki-woo as a reference and becomes an art therapist to the Park's young son, Da-sung. She then frames Yoon, Mr. Park's driver, by making it appear he had a sexual encounter in the car. She then recommends her father to replace him. The Kims exploit the peach allergy of the Park's longtime housekeeper, Moon Gwang, to convince Mrs. Park that she has tuberculosis, and so that the mother of the Kim family is hired to replace her. Looks like this is turning into a pretty big game of Among Us, because they're all imposters. Ki-woo begins a secret romantic relationship with Da-hai. When the Parks leave on a camping trip, the Kims revel in the luxuries of the house. Moon Gwang appears at the door, telling the mother she left something in the basement. If there's anything that disturbing films have taught me, is that you don't open the door to strangers. She then enters a hidden entrance to an underground bunker created by the architect and previous house owner. What is this? Undertale? There, Moon Gwang's husband has been secretly living for over 4 years, hiding from loan sharks. Reminds me of my old college days, am I right, fellas? The mother refuses Moon Gwang's pleas to help her husband remain in the bunker. But the eavesdropping Kims accidentally reveal themselves. Looks like we've sussed out the imposters. Moon Gwang films them on her phone and threatens to expose their ruse to the Park family. Come on girl, why you gotta be a snitch? The Parks call to tell them they'll be returning early due to a severe rainstorm flooding the camping area, and that they need the mother to make a bowl of ramdon to cheer Da-sung up. The Kims scramble to clean up the house and subdue Moon Gwang and her husband before the Parks arrive. They then trap them in the bunker. Mrs. Park reveals that her son had a seizure-inducing traumatic experience on his previous birthday, when he saw a ghost, who was actually Gwen Sai, emerging from the basement at night. My man out here looking like Pennywise from the It films. The Kims hide under a table with an earshot of Mr. and Mrs. Park, who have sex on the sofa nearby. Zoo wee mama. They overhear Mr. Park's comments about the dad's odor. Damn, that's straight foul, Mr. Park. No pun intended. The Kims escape and find their flat flooded with sewer water following the rainstorm, and shelter in a gymnasium with other displaced people. Reminds me of my old college days, am I right, fellas? The next day, Mrs. Park hosts a house party for Da-sung's birthday, with the Kim family's assistance. Ki-woo enters the bunker with the Scholar's Rock to find Gwan-sai. Finding Moon-gwang has died from a concussion she received during the brawl, he's attacked by her deranged husband. He bludgeons his head with the Scholar's Rock and escapes, leaving Ki-woo lying in a pool of blood at the entrance to the basement. Ouch, that's gonna hurt in the morning. Seeking to avenge his wife, he stabs Ki-jung with a kitchen knife in front of the horrified guests. Da-sung suffers another traumatic seizure upon seeing him, and a struggle breaks out until the mother fatally impales Gwan-sai with a barbecue skewer. Did somebody order Korean barbecue? Fuck. While the father tends to his daughter, Mr. Park orders him to drive Da-sung to the hospital. In the chaos, the father, upon seeing Mr. Park's disgusted reaction to Gwan-sai's odor, angrily kills him with the knife. He then flees, leaving the rest of the Kim family behind. Now that's what I call a victory royale. Weeks later, Ki-woo is recovering from a brain operation. He and his mother are convicted of fraud and put on probation. Reminds me of my old college days, am I right, fellas? Ki-jung has died from her injuries, and their father, wanted by the authorities, cannot be found. Gwan-sai is assumed to be an insane homeless man, and neither his nor his father's motives for the murders are known. Ki-woo spies on the Park's home, now occupied by a German family, unaware of its history, and sees a message in Morse code from a flickering light. The father, who escaped into the bunker, has buried Moon-gwang in the garden, hoping Ki-woo will see it. Still living in their basement flat with his mother, Ki-woo writes a letter to his father, vowing to earn enough money to purchase the house and reunite with his dad. And that's where the story ends. Pretty ambiguous, but I think I can offer an explanation. According to my own unique analysis, the ending implies that Ki-woo will not be able to earn the funds needed to buy the house, as the final shot shows Ki-woo still in the basement flat and recalls the first scene. This shot is almost like a surefire kill, referring to a coup de grace to ensure death. Finally, let's go over some scenes. The most terrifying scene has to go to the birthday party massacre. Yikes, that's a lot of blood. And my most favorite scene has to go to the Kim's hiding scene. Yeah, that was a pretty good scene. So hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Remember to leave your recommendations for a creepy recap, creepy analysis down below. Next time we'll be going over Un Chat Andalou, described by prolific YouTuber Blame It on Jorge as being the most disturbing movie ever made. No, I am not kidding, that is real, look it up.